YouTube, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like I said in the last video, I was gonna be cooking. You know what I mean, y'all? Got the hot plate. We chilling. We ready. Oh, there it is. Everything is hot. Everything is sizzling. There it is. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I want to tell y'all a little story, man. We're gonna talk about when I was in orientation. How orientation went. Orientation was pretty smooth. I can't even lie. Like everything was dope in orientation. You know, I was in my own head about shit, but I made it work. I made it happen. You know what I'm saying? I made things work how it needed to work out. Hold on, y'all. Where the hell is my fucking? Oh, my plate's up. Oh man. Oh, here we go. Everything worked out how it needed to work out, y'all. Like real shit. You know. I was in my own head about a couple of things. I'm like, damn, I ain't parked in a minute. I ain't do a pre-trip in a minute. But see, me, I kept all my stuff from school, and I just went over that. You know what I mean? Like if you they were saying like if you haven't driven in a while, or you know you just haven't done stuff in a while, they send you a link to a pre-trip video. It's like 14 years ago. For real. I watched some of it, but I didn't watch all of it. I still had the stuff from my school, so I just used that for real. And I'm so happy I did use that, because the guy knew his stuff in that pre-trip. He just talked too damn much. Like, you know, get to the point for real. And that's what my old school did. It just got to the damn point for real. So I used that information. And then it was funny. We go to orientation. First it started off with 3 people. And then one guy, he just left. Just left in the middle of the like as we were getting our our medical cards, our new medical cards, he just left. I guess he was like, fuck it, he didn't want to do it. I guess it wasn't for him or whatever. It is what it is. If y'all wondering what I'm making, man, I'm making me a breakfast sandwich. I'm here at a truck stop, 85 truck stop at here in North Carolina. If you know, you know. Yeah, you know what I mean, I'm over here and shit. I'm whipping it up, y'all. I hear it. But yeah, man. So you know, day one, we got our physicals, and got our physicals, filled out more paperwork, did more videos. You know what I mean? Nothing but video madness up in there. You know, Tyson is real big on safety, and I get it. You know what I mean? I'm just learning from my mistakes from Martin. Trust me, this trailer ain't going nowhere. Fuck that. If I can prevent it, it ain't going no fucking where. Nothing will be dropped in this bitch, I swear. Fuck that. I'm not getting fired again. You know what I mean? Going back to civilian life sucked ass, man. Then I had to go back and go get a regular job because nobody want to hire me, so I had to live on going back to a 9 to 5, man. I mean, my old job hired me back. Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? But I try and get out of there every fucking day. I was just trying to just get out of there because I didn't want to do that type of work no more. The fact that I had to go back and do it, it was crazy. So yeah, you know, back to orientation. It was cool. You feel me? It was only, so once the other guy left, it was only me and another person. You know what I mean? And at the Pennsylvania terminal, they don't take a lot of people because they was just like, it's too small to teach a big ass class. That's how they said it. And they was just like, yeah, we don't want to deal with that shit. Which I get it. You know, the classroom, it ain't really a classroom. It's just a real big ass table, and everybody could just sit right there. But can you imagine like 10, 12 motherfuckers? That's too much. And I get it. You know what I mean? I really do. So there's that. Then you got so day 2, no, I'm sorry, we can go back a little bit in day 1. So yeah, we doing our physical and everything. I'm getting to know the guy next to me. He's a nice guy. He's been driving for about three years. So how the pay scale works here at Tyson, if you have 1 year experience, no, I'm sorry. Let me back up a little bit. If you have I want to say 9 to at least, I think it's like 9 to 1 year or something like that. No, I'm sorry. I think it's like 9 months of recent tractor trailer experience. They start you off at like, I believe it's 61 cents a mile. If you have a year experience, you get 63 cents. So I'm at 63 cents. If you got 2 years, you get 65 cents. And if you had 3 years, the max, you get the max 67. You know what I mean? Which is not bad in my opinion. I don't think it's bad. Shoot, you know, I spoke to a US Express dude last night. They still getting paid 58 cents a mile for OTR. And I seen them at the Walmart division. I guess they got something with Walmart now. It was US Express out over there. It was nothing but US Express trucks over there. I said, damn. So he was telling me like he does the OTR, the variant side. I guess they didn't abolish that. They didn't get rid of that. My fault. I know I said that about a year ago. I thought they was, because they was telling us that they was, but I guess they said fuck it, they'll keep it. But yeah, he's saying they getting paid 58 cents a mile for the OTR. Now the dedicated part, which was all that Walmart stuff I kept seeing over there, he was saying that they getting paid like 48 cents a mile plus whatever they get from Walmart. I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. I'm like, you ain't making shit with 48 cents a mile. And I know you ain't making shit with 48 cents a mile, because I got paid 40 cents a mile working with Western Express. So, you know what I mean? I first started with Western Express, I was getting 40 cents a mile. So, you know, and that was for the drive-in. You know, I know you ain't making shit with 48 cents a mile, but I don't know how US Express got it over there. That's what they got it over there. If you want to go over to US Express and you live in North Carolina, I guess you're going to eat. I would say, for real, I would say do the damn OTR, because the guy said he still get his miles, and he's still doing what needs to be done. But back to Tyson. My fault, y'all. I know I'll be getting off track a little bit. So the first day, after we did all the paperwork and we got all the physical stuff, you know, how the guy was supposed to do it with us. He wanted to do everything in one day, do all the paperwork, and do the tests, like the pre-trip test and everything. So we couldn't do all that because he had to do some shit. But anyway, how he was on some tip like, look, y'all gonna do it on the second day. I came a little late. He said come in at 9. I came a little late. I was looking for somewhere to park. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find nowhere to park, so I came a little late. I came like 3 minutes late. So now I literally ran right into him. So he just like, look, I'm gonna take the first guy, this and the third. The dude shook my hand, was like, all right, it's me first. And then it's me first and then you. I was like, all right, bet. Gave me a little bit more time to study, and there it is. You know what I mean? And there it was. So I'm like, all right, cool. I told him good luck, shook hands, boom. I was gonna study a little bit. How I saw it was, he did the pre-trip. No, let me back up a little bit, just a little bit. When he went outside, the guy who did our little orientation, he had a 2025 Kenworth. I said, damn, that bitch is beautiful. No, was it 2025 or 2000? I think it was a 2025. This year Kenworth, man, that shit was beautiful as hell. Let's see. So yeah, you know, they did the orientation out of that. I mean, we did the what's your name out of that. And it was dope, man. When it came my turn, all I had to do was just prove I knew how to do a pre-trip. For real. Just prove I knew how to do a pre-trip. Since I studied again, I remembered everything back to back. Yeah, just had to prove I knew how to do a pre-trip. The back end, I'm like, damn, I haven't parked the truck in months, so I'm like, damn, I don't even think I know how to do this shit anymore. So I still know how to drive, thank God. You know, the driving part was easy. That comes common sense. It was just the parking I was worried about. I was like, I don't know. I mean, me, man, I'm getting out and looking. I don't give a fuck. It said on the side of these mirrors, actually, it said, go get out and look. Ain't that funny? But, damn. You know, it was like, I just like, look, I'm getting out and looking. He was like, cool. That's what they want you to do. They want you to get out and look. You know what I mean? Make this shit easy. So since the place is like real big, I'm not thinking, me not thinking, I'm parking like this a little ass place and shit, and the boy was like, damn, you did it the hard way. Yeah, I mean, I'm parking that shit like it's a 45. I had to do all that, you know. I had to park that I had to use all the space. But me not thinking, I'm just on some like, what I gotta do. Cause the dude ain't say nothing. He like, when we got back from the driving part, he just like, he ain't say shit. He just looked at me like this. I'm like, what you want me to do? He like, park the damn truck. I'm like, oh. I'm like, oh shit. Then I put that shit in a 45-degree tight ass angle. He looking like, damn, what the fuck you doing like this? You know what I mean? But I'm like, man, I ain't know how you want me to do it. Like, I'm like, you know, from US Express, Martin, I don't think I did it with Western Express, but US Express and Martin, they always told you like, we want it in the 45, we want it in the 90 or whatever. So I'm not thinking like I could just park it however I wanted to park it, you know. So yeah, I ended up doing it. Everything was dope. I got it in there. It was a cool test, man. And then the days 3, 4, and 5, which is nothing but paperwork for real. And what we do? We got to we learned about how to do split brakes. This GPS, it helps you out with that. I mean, not the GPS. This ELD helps you out with that. Yeah, that was pretty much it. That was pretty much it. And then actually on what was it? It was either that Thursday or that Wednesday we found out what trucks we was assigned to. So the guy who been driving for a minute, he didn't want the Volvo. He wanted the Freightliner. So funny enough, guess who got the Freightliner? I had got the Freightliner, and he had got assigned the Volvo, and I just was like, look, give him the Freightliner, I'll take the Volvo. You know what I mean? Cause he didn't want it. You know what I mean? He was like, I don't like Volvos, too small. I just don't like driving them, everything. You know, when you open the hood, everything is on the opposite side of each other. But if you know how to do a pre-trip, you know how to still pick out shit. So, this is what it is. I ain't going front. When I opened this hood, I was like, damn, everything is on the opposite side. You know, I'm tall, so this don't feel like it's small, but I make it work. Just like I made my international work. I make this shit work. And then he was telling me every couple of miles, every couple of months or whatever, they switch out people's trucks. So, you know, I might get a new truck, you know, but for the next couple of months, this is my home. And it is what it is on that. I'm cool with it. I ain't got no complaints. Not at all. Not a motherfucking thing. So, yeah, you know, that's it. You know, that's what's going on. So, so yeah, the dude didn't want the Volvo. He was like, man, I don't want the Volvo. I give me the Freightliner. You know, I know he said I want a Freightliner. I'm on some tip like, look, give him the Freightliner. I'll take the Volvo. You know, all right, they're like, all right, cool, whatever. I ain't give a damn. So, mind you, they was telling us in orientation, you know, you're gonna get your truck here at this location, this and the third. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Then Then it changed. They said, look, the trucks ain't here. I'm just sitting back like this. What state we gotta go to? Dude, like, how you even know we gotta go to a different state? I'm like, if they not here, bro, it's in another state. Believe that shit. It's not my first time going to go get a truck from a different state. What state is the damn trucks in? You know what I mean? So they was like, it's in North Carolina. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, alright, that's not bad. I'm like, shit, I said one time I had to go get it. I'm like, man, one time I had to go get a truck in Florida. So, shit, 7 hours, 8 hours, that ain't bad. Shit, you know. And I'm like, and I think when I was over there in Martin, I think I had to go to, where the fuck did I have to go? I forget where I had to go with Martin. I know I had to go somewhere with Martin. I think I had to go to Kentucky. Was it Kentucky? I don't remember. I went somewhere. Definitely took a couple of days to get back home. As you know how these companies do. Once you get the truck, they give you the load. They don't want to send you home to go get your shit. You know what I mean? So now you surviving whatever you got in your pocket. And I got smarter with that shit. I start packing stuff with me, like my stuff in my bed. You know what I mean? Fuck that. I put some money away. I knew. I fucking knew what was coming. Just in case, man. But they end up sending me home. You know, US Express ended up sending me home, but it took a long fucking time. Picking up a truck from Florida, and I live out in Pennsylvania. Are you crazy? Man. I'm doing OTR? What? I had nothing in this fucking truck. I mean, well, in that truck. Shit. Nothing in there but the clothes on my back. You know what I mean? The clothes on my fucking back. I got smarter over time with that shit. Start bringing more shit with me. You know what I mean? But, yeah, you know, that is what it is on that. So, I'm just like, alright, what state we gotta go to? They like, alright, gotta go to North Carolina. I'm like, cool. They gave me a rental, so we just used the rental to go down there. This all happening on Monday, mind you. They telling us this on, I think it was Thursday or that Friday. So I'm like, alright, cool. Shit, I don't care. It is what it is. It was like, you know, put your own gas in there. Just say the receipts. You know, fuel and all that. We give it right back. Alright, cool. Ain't no problem. Ain't no thing. So, yeah, you know, we down there. I'm gonna know the dude. He gonna know me. We get down to the truck. We got down to the truck. Well, so this how the plan was supposed to go. Let me back up in the story. This how the plan was supposed to go. His truck was a little bit farther from mine, so we had to go to his truck first. The plan was, if we'd have got down there at a good time, Walmart still would have been open. So we was gonna go get his truck. He was gonna drive his truck. He was gonna follow me. We was gonna go to Walmart together. We was gonna shop, get whatever we needed, and I would take the rental back to the North Carolina's Enterprise. That's how it was supposed to go. So, bacon done, and breakfast is done, y'all. Bacon, egg, cheese sandwich. That's how we rock it. But anyway, back to the story. Fuck happened? Oh, we get down to fucking North Carolina. We come down here to North Carolina. Shit, it's like, damn. We got down here, I think it was like 8 or 9. So we get down here, we looking at his truck, his Freightliner. I was so happy I switched. I started thinking about that shit. We seen that truck, man. It was a 2023 Freightliner. It was nice. Until we start walking up more. Until we start walking up to the damn, what's your name, a little bit more. Man, whoever had that truck was disrespectful. From the fucking bumper all the way to the side of the, fucking driver's side door was fucked up. Man, we got in the back of this bitch. I found the kill switch. Kill switch is in the back. I'm used to it being on the side of, being on the side of the fucking seat right here. The shit was in the back, like outside. Man, turned on that fucking electricity. The floor was crazy, not like hoarder crazy, but it was just like a little dirt crazy, like little. The dude's a germaphobe, so he wasn't with that shit. Yo, the bed, oh my god. Yo, who had the, yo, I don't know who the fuck was in this truck. Who the fuck was in that truck? But the bed, flipped on them fucking lights, it was footprints all in the bed. Fucking horrible. I go to open the fridge is big as shit, I ain't gonna lie. I pulled that shit open, I said, damn, I can put a lot of shit in here. But, you know, shit was crazy. So he taking pics like a motherfucker. He like, yo, what the fuck? Da-da-da-da. Why the fuck? Da-da-da-da. They knew this truck was fucked up. Why they give it to me? And I just was like, I said, look, man, dispatchers don't know what the trucks look like. They don't know. They don't know how that shit look like if the driver don't say nothing. You know what I mean? You know, all they know is this is where the truck is, and this is what the fuck it looks like. You know, this what the truck is, and then this is what it is. That's just all they know. You feel me? You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, they don't know how it looks, who had it. You know, all they can say is this what the truck is. Like this where it's at. That's all they know where it's at. So he taking pictures. I hop back in the truck. I go to turn the shit on. I was curious to see if anything was gonna pop up on the dash. Son just told me to do that. Man, something did pop up on the fucking dash. Man, the check engine light was on. You know what I mean? So not only is the truck fucked up and out in the front, fucking check engine light was on. I'm just sitting back like, damn, I'm so happy I switched. I mean, I was sitting back like, damn, I'm so happy I switched, boy. I'd have been, man, crazy. So now, since the truck messed up, you know, and the check engine light is on, respectfully, my man was like, I'm not driving this shit, fuck that. You know, and I'd have been on the same type time, like, I ain't driving this shit either. I am not getting blamed for this shit. Anything go wrong with it, this, that, and the third, I don't want to hold no fault on that. You know what I mean? And you know, he got more experience, and his record not bad, so he can go anywhere in this. He can go anywhere. But me, this is my last chance. For real. I get fucked over again, I'm done. But yeah, so he just was like, yeah, I ain't driving this, John. Respectfully, I understand it, I get it, I respect it. Like, for real, I wouldn't have drove this shit either. So he just on some tip like, look, he texting the dispatcher. The dispatcher gave us his personal number. I don't know why he would do that, but he gave us his personal number. He said, just text us after hours, this and the third. Respectfully, for real, I'm not hitting up nobody after 5. I'll talk to the nighttime dispatcher. I'm not hitting you up on your personal. You might be doing whatever you need to do. You're enjoying your night. You're not at work. I'll talk to you tomorrow if I see you. You feel me? I don't want to do that. I'm just that type of person. I'm not hitting you up after hours. I'm like, you talk to us from 8 to 5. I'll talk to the nighttime person. But anyway, so yeah, he going crazy. He talking to night. So now he talking to dispatch. He called breakdown and well, not breakdown, roadside or whatever. And they're like, yeah, it's a fault code in there. One dude told him, don't drive the truck. One dude said, oh, go drive the truck. You're cool, this and the third. Look, fuck that. Don't drive that truck. That shit's fucked up. We're not doing that. So the bull, so what the man ended up doing was, he's like, look, he like, Shy, I'm gonna have to take the rental. I'm going back to Pennsylvania, and it's up. You know, I'm going to sleep. I'm going home. Mine was like 7 hours up, 7 hours back. I was like, damn, bro, you drove 14 hours. But then I'm thinking about, well, we drive 14. Well, we drive 11, but we get a 14-hour shift. Y'all get what I'm saying? But you know, I just was like, man, all right, cool. But I said, you know, be careful. They told them to call the night dispatchers to set up a, you know, to get a hotel and all that. But the dude was just so gone. He just was like, I'm going to fuck back home. That's just what it is. That's what the fuck he did. He took the rental. No, well, he dropped me off. Everything was cool. We didn't see shit, nothing wrong. He hopped in the car. took it off. I ended up putting my shit was cool. My shit was like a little dirty. You know what I mean? Nothing a little detail couldn't fix. And I ended up falling fucking asleep. I was fucking tired as shit. That was a long day. I ended up waking up. They gave me a load to pick up to go back up to the home terminal. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I just basically just did a load and got paid for the orientation. You get $1,000. $1,000. That should be your orientation. Now, depending on how you do your taxes, you're not gonna get $1,000. You know, at the taxes, whatever. For me, I ain't got no kids or nothing. I clean 0. That shit was like 7 and some change. Still fine, you know. But in orientation, you get $1,000 after you pass everything in orientation. But y'all should pass everything in orientation. If you want to come here, I'm not saying y'all have to come here. If y'all want to come here, come here. You know, if y'all want to come here, come here. It's cool. I think it's good. You know, if you got 3 years, you get 67 cents a mile. Not bad. You get a stock. You can invest into a stock program here. I signed up for everything good in the I signed up for a lot of medical. You get short-term disability. They already giving that shit to you. I signed up for that fucking long-term disability too. You know what I mean? For the short-term disability, you get like 2 weeks, and then I think the long-term is a couple of months. So, you can get a lawyer. You can sign up for the legal plan here. I had my own legal plan, but I stopped paying for it once I got fired. I didn't want to buy it. I didn't want to keep purchasing it no more. I had my own, but I ended up taking theirs because it does the same thing that what mine used to do. It still pay for your stuff after, like, you know, if you get like in trouble in your car, you know what I mean, and if you get in trouble with, you know, you get in trouble with, driving the truck, you know. So I just bit the bullet and was like, fuck it, I'll take their plan. It's not even that much coming out my check. Altogether, everything I signed up for, I'm only gonna be paying like $40 a month. I mean, $40, damn near like $40 every week coming out the check. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think it's like $35, $45 coming out. It's not bad. It is what it is. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. We living over here. I'm rocking with Tyson because they rocking with me, you know. And I ask questions daily. Fuck that. Shit, I ask questions daily. No shame in my game. You know, I get out and look when I'm parking because I'm not hitting the motherfucking thing. I'm not getting blamed for none of that shit. They don't make you sign no contracts here. You know, you don't gotta sign no contracts. I haven't seen a contract. I read my paperwork thoroughly. I haven't seen no contract. You know, I guess I'm in a regional position. You know, but I gotta go to Kentucky today. I mean, not today. Tomorrow I gotta go to Kentucky. They say it's regional, but for real, I feel like it's over the road to me. Everything feel like over the road to me. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it, y'all. I got my food right here. Got some grapes. I got some water. That's what it is, man. That's breakfast for me today. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it, y'all. That was all the orientation and everything like that. Can't think of nothing else to say. That's pretty much it. I ain't got nothing more, nothing less for y'all. I appreciate y'all still rocking with me. After everything that happened, I appreciate it. Got some new people. And I mean, yeah, you feel what I'm saying? I got some new people following me. I saw a comment. I don't know if maybe I'm reading it wrong, but someone told me they got their CDL because of my influence, man. I thought that shit was dope as fuck. I ain't never think I could have flown somebody like that. You know what I mean? So I should go get your L. Shoot. how I had got my L. Somebody, I had saw somebody, I had seen something very dope in there. Something just was just real dope, you know. I wanted to get a house in this shit. You know, want to buy a house. Want to be the first person in my family to own a house. I'm the first person in my family to do trucking. So, yeah, you know, that is what it is, man. We living, we chilling, we getting some money. Um, once I start, I think this Friday, I'm gonna get my first check, and this week right here is my first just running for real, like running, and then I'll see what that check look like, and then one thing I don't like doing, but I'll do it for Tyson. I'll talk about my checks. I'll show y'all my checks. You know, I never did it with none of my other companies because I never liked doing them. You know, especially the city I live for real. But fuck it, I'll show y'all. I'll show y'all some checks. You know, this the breakfast of champions right here. Trying to eat a little healthy. Got my grapes right there. Got some water. Yeah, bam. But that's pretty much it, y'all. I ain't got nothing else more to say, man. Y'all be safe. Y'all stay good. Pay attention out there, man. Lone trucking with Shaw's out, man. Peace.